Well, hello there, honey. I'm just laying here in my bed, and my grandbaby today, she was crying and crying, and she was having a really, really hard day. A really hard day. She couldn't get herself together. She kept saying, "Granny, Granny, I just don't feel good enough, Granny." It makes me get a little teary-eyed now because I don't like to see my baby like that. And my baby just kept saying, "Granny, Granny, I can't do it, Granny. I don't feel good enough, Granny. Every time I think of something I want to do, it's already been done." And I said, "No shit, honey. There's nothing new under the sun. The good Lord told us that 1,000 million years ago. There's nothing new under the sun." And I tried to comfort my baby and give her some words of wisdom. She told me I should maybe tell you all what I told her. So she put this gadget thing on me, and I told my grandbaby, I said, honey, if you keep waiting and waiting, waiting and waiting and waiting, you're gonna keep waiting and, oh, should we sing a song? Waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, you're gonna be stuck on the sidelines for the rest of your life. And you're gonna end up in a crappy apartment like me when you're 100 years old. You see, honey, the Lord gives you all these wonderful ideas, and He gives you all these gifts and talents, and you keep looking to the left and to the right, and you just keep staying in this vortex. He gave you the idea. All you have to do is move. You put one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, just one foot in front of the other, and you just move brick by brick. Honey, if you don't move, you're gonna be stuck on the sidelines for your whole life, waiting to be perfect. And honey, you're never gonna be perfect, sweetie. It's never gonna be perfect. Do you understand? It's never gonna be perfect. It's gonna be so messy, honey. Life is messy. It's so messy, and the ideas and the things you desire in your heart, it's not gonna be perfect. It's gonna be a mess, but it's gonna be, oh honey, it's gonna be a beautiful mess, because that's the beauty of life. Life is made up of all these little moments. And I will tell you, if you keep thinking and thinking and thinking, that's all it'll ever be, is thoughts. No action. Honey, whatever you want to do, anything you want to do, you can do it. You can do it. Do you hear me? You can do it. You will do it. You will not take your gifts and your talents to the grave. No, honey. You've been through too much not to share your story for the next generation. You have these little gadgets, and all you have to do is press a button and it's in the stratosphere forever. And honey, whether the people see it now, it will be seen. It will be seen at some moment in time, honey. You have too much not to share your story, honey. And trying to be perfect, trying to strive for perfectionism is just downright selfish. It's selfish. And I think I read somewhere that it's actually even a form of abuse. Torturing yourself. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. You don't need a critic in your mind telling you it's not good enough. Honey, exactly where you are today, right now, is good enough. You are good enough, honey. And as you go, the Lord He'll just start to make it beautiful. You act on that idea that the Lord gave you, He'll start to make it into something so beautiful. You don't have to have the full vision right now, honey. You'll never have the full picture right now, honey. I met a young man and he told me he had quite a life story, the young man. He'd been through quite a lot in his life, and I said, "Well, young man, where is your book?" And he said, "Oh, ma'am, I'm working on it. I haven't started it yet, 'cause I don't know how it ends." And I said, "Oh, shit. This man is gonna take all these lessons and just I encouraged the young man to start writing." He just said, "Granny, I don't know the end to the story." Oh, is that what is that noise? Oh, I think it's one of those birds in the sky. One of those birds. You know what I'm talking about? So anyway, this young man just kept saying, "Granny, I don't know the end of the story, Granny." And I said, "Young man, you get out a piece of paper and a pen and you start to write. Honey, you don't wait to write the book until you know the end of the story. Sometimes you do know the end of the story, but 9 times out of 10 you don't. But if you start writing that book, honey, the Lord will show you the message He wants you to share with the people. Write the book. Share your story. Act on what you want to do in your life. Indeed, there is nothing new under the sun, but there is a new perception. Nobody can share from your point of view. Only you can share from your point of view. And honey, even though there's nothing new under the sun, honey, there is nobody who has lived one single moment the exact same way that you have. So, it's important. You're unique. You're amazing. You're good enough, honey. You have something so beautiful to offer. And it breaks my heart that the young people feel so much discouragement because of, what is this thing called? The internet. Is that what it's called, honey? Oh, yes, my grandbaby says it's called the internet. And it breaks my heart because in my day we didn't have access to seeing what everybody else was doing. We didn't know what they were doing, so we did what we were supposed to do, what we wanted to do. We didn't feel discouraged because we were comparing what the other people were doing. And it's such a sad thing that you young people have so much access, that the access, it discourages you. It makes you feel like what you don't have is special. But Granny's here to tell you, honey, you are special, you are good enough, and to move. Move! I said move, honey. I don't want you to end up on your deathbed with a bunch of coulda, shouldas. I could've. Oh, I wish I would've. Every decision, honey, that you're making is leading to a monumental moment. That monumental moment can be one of such joy, one of such accomplishment, one of such fulfillment that you completed the assignment. Or the monumental moment can be one of just such sadness and disappointment that you were too scared. You were too afraid. Don't be scared, honey. And if you are scared, damn it, do it afraid, honey. Do it afraid. Do it afraid, honey. Your granny is telling you, do it afraid. Shaking your boots, but you still move, honey. Move. Okay? You're beautiful. You're smart. You have everything you need. The Lord put genius in every single one of you. So, we're not striving for perfectionism anymore. We're moving, and we're shaking, and we're doing, okay, honey? All right? You're good enough. Granny says you're good enough. And the Lord says you're good enough. And what will you have to offer is so unique and so special. Just move one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. And I guarantee you, you're going to be very surprised at what comes of it. All right. Granny needs to go to sleep now. It's bedtime. Oh, honey, I'm done. Honey, come turn the thing off. Good night, my loves. I'll see you next time.